Breaking news, Bitcoin's volatility dropped to the lowest level in 4 years. This right here is the calm before the storm. Every single time that Bitcoin is broken from this volatility, it marks the largest move of the year. The past time that we had volatility this low, we had a 75% rally back here in 2023. In 2024, the beginning of 2024, our volatility dropped below this level. We had an 85% rally, came out of this green. Sometimes we come out of these dips as red and we crash. See this color? It came out of that volatility as red, 40% crash. See this volatility? Came out of here red, 27% crash. Is Bitcoin going to come out green and have a huge spike, or is it going to come out red and have a huge crash? Either way, this is the calm before the storm. It only happens on average once per year, and our volatility hasn't been this low in 4 years. We're about to break down the facts and leave you with a clear message of what you should be doing right now based on this calm before the storm. Welcome. I'm Steve. Here we deliver honest, sponsorship-free TA with genuine value. Subscribe for a no BS approach that actually helps you. Subscribe. Let's dig into it. We're on Bitcoin US dollar index and we are on the weekly chart. Right above our heads, we have price action, and we have these boxes. Our red boxes indicate crashes. They correspond to these red breaks of colors. Simply put, at the bottom of our screen represents our custom indicator of the HV-NVT, representing our volatility. When our volatility drops below this level at about 31 on a scale, happens about once per year. When we drop below here, it's very noteworthy to indicate the calm before the storm. And when we break back above said yellow line, watch the color of the indicator. If the color is green, we pump like we did here, a 250% pump. Sometimes we break and the color changes to red and we have a crash, like here, a 63% crash. It happens precisely at these low volatility moments, the calm before the storm, right before a large move happens. And we happen to have the lowest volatility level that we've had since right here, March 2019. What happened in March 2019 is we had a 250% rally. Why? Because we came out of that break green. It's all going to be what color we come out of this as. Now, once we start to break it down, you can see that when we had our 75% rally was back here in 2023. It was the only time our volatility had been below this yellow line in all of 2023. And we broke out green, and with green, we had a 75% rally to this next place where we consolidated here. And then we followed that up in early 2024, January 2024, just dipping our head below this volatility level of that 31, and we broke out green, and with that we had an 85% rally, and then we started consolidating again. The interesting thing is with our consolidation this time, it's forming into a bull flag like we showed you in the previous video, said right here. With our level of resistance at the top, our level of support at the bottom, you want at least 3 touch points at the top, at least 3 touch points at the bottom. You want these channels to be parallel and to the top of it to be resistance and the bottom of it to be support, and you want it pointing down. If all of those things are true, then you have yourself a bull flag, where the pole is our previous rally up and the flag is this downward pointing channel here. Once you have that, right, it's oftentimes they break to the upside. At the same time, we showed you in the previous video that we're getting ready to have a stochastic RSI cross, which looks like it will happen within the next handful of weeks. So that is the thing that could propel Bitcoin to potentially have a green coming out of here, which would spell rally. Tilt your phone to the side and subscribe. But again, let's break down some more facts. What we can also see is for our volatility, we're in this really deadly formation long term. Now, I don't want to scare anybody out of your seats, but I do want to present the facts in an honest and open way. And if I want to do that, I need to show you the whole history dating back to 2013. You see, in 2013, we made this high, and then we made this lower high, and then we made this lower high in 2018. Then we followed that up with another lower high in 2020. Then we followed that up with another lower high in 21, then another lower high in 22 and 23, and then here we are in 24 with yet another lower high. What you see here is called a descending triangle. It's a triangle and it's going down, hence the descending triangle. These oftentimes break to the downside. In other words, we have 11 years of data here forming a descending triangle for the past 11 years, representing our volatility in the market, and it's a downtrending triangle, right? A descending triangle often breaks to the downside, which means that we could be in a period coming up with remarkably low volatility. If this breaks to the downside, yes, our volatility goes into the negative, right? You can see our channel here actually goes into the negative 24, negative 25, negative 30, negative 40. You can see our volatility has never been down into the negatives in the history of Bitcoin. In fact, if you look at it on a scale-wise, we're at one of the lowest levels we've ever been in our volatility, right? If you look at it, 2019 had one of our lowest volatilities, as well as 2016, right? You can see on the charts, where were we in 2016? We were up here, right? This is the bottom of the market. This is phase one. We were in phase two of the market, about to break into phase three of the market. Keep in mind, we're in phase three of the bull right now as we speak. When we were at the lowest volatility before, it was right before phase three. The other time in the market was here, right at the bottom of our market, right before we were about to have a 250% rally. So these low volatility moments are rare. This is literally our third lowest volatility in the history of the data that we have in front of us, of more than a decade. This is very, very noteworthy material. I always mention that for me, if you guys don't know my story, I started trading in the stock market when I was 16, right? I got destroyed. However, I learned so many powerful lessons. One of the biggest things that reigns true is to try to go against the herd as often as humanly possible. It's remarkably hard to do, to go against the high majority of people because of emotion. Usually humans want to be with the herd, right? If you ever go into a city and you see a crowd gathering around and they start chanting and hooting and hollering and clapping, you want to go there to see what's going on. Being against the herd is to see that and then go the other way. What I want you to do in trading is there's going to be a lot of people. Oh my God, you should buy this. You should trade this. You should buy now. You should sell now. You should do this altcoin. You should do. I want you to, whatever the majority of people are yelling in your ear about, I want you to do the opposite. Plain and simple. It's very, very difficult to do that. I'm dropping a bonus video showing love to everyone who has my indicator bundle. Wednesday, May 15th, just watch your email. Wait to see what I have to say. Some big trades are lining up. Tilt your phone to the side and subscribe. What I want you to start to think about is these calms before the storm. They don't happen often. And as you guys know, I've been traveling the world for the past 13 years. I love the beach. I've lived at a lot of beaches. If you've ever been to the beach, it's rather windy, right? What you notice on the beach, when the wind is dead and there's a quiet, eerie feeling, that next day, there's always some powerful storm that comes in and destroys the beach. It happens every single time. That's what's about to happen to Bitcoin. Something's about to come in and just wipe everything out. Watch. This is the calm before the storm. It's quite literally, based on data, the third lowest volatility that we've ever seen in Bitcoin, happening right before our eyes. But again, the bigger picture is this descending triangle. Will this affect today, tomorrow, the next day? No. This is a long, drawn-out, 11-year descending triangle. But again, we're getting to the pressure cooker phase where we're in this area here, and typically once we get into these areas here, they typically break to the downside. It's just something to watch. And again, as we start to head here, we're deep into May 2025, July 2025, November 2025. This thing breaks in the beginning of 2026, which 2026 is projected to be a bear market. It's projected to have the best buying opportunities of, the next handful of years will be in 2026, the stock market and crypto, according to the facts that I study. But again, I just wanted to show you this, not to scare you, but to educate you on what is actually happening. So now, what should you be doing right now? What should be your strategy right now? We've got this low volatility. We understand it's the third lowest. Okay, we could break out of this green, which means we go up. We could break out of this red, which means we go down. We could break altogether this structure, this descending triangle right now, which is, again, I do not believe it's likely yet. We still have a lot of room in this pressure cooker. Again, I showed you it goes through the rest of 24 and through all of 2025, and it breaks in 2026. Does that mean we make it right to the end and then break? No, I'm just giving you the facts that are here right in front of our eyes. So given all of this, what should you be doing right now? What I want you to realize is this is a bull run, plain and simple. It's more risky to be out of Bitcoin than in Bitcoin. What I want you to really watch are two things. I want you to watch this 2-month candle that was just printed, and I want you to watch the stochastic RSI cross. And that's it. The stochastic RSI cross is going to try to win the game for Bitcoin. And this 2-month candle is saying already that it's going to be a failed rally. Also, we have some warning signs in the charts from the weekly RSI broke structure and made a lower low, which broke its structure, and potentially it's signaling to the market that our next rally will be a failed rally. So we've got some warning signs in the charts that our next rally will be a failed rally, and the only way that Bitcoin can break that is for the RSI to make a higher high into territories that we haven't seen very often, and that will be led by the stochastic RSI. So what you want to do, you don't want to be selling and try to get cute and buy when it goes lower. That never works. It's never worked in the history of mankind. That's only a strategy of the herd. It's never used by professional traders in any way, shape, or form. But what you should be doing is being strategic, minimizing your risk, maximizing your reward. And if you have this indicator, if you're wondering like, hey, Steve, I like this indicator. If it breaks out red, it goes down. If it breaks out green, it goes up. I want this indicator. Well, I don't sell it. This is a custom indicator, right? A lot of my students have this, and I gave it to them for free. I don't sell this indicator, but it's a custom indicator, and I'll keep you up to date. But what you should be doing right now is being level-headed and watching the stochastic RSI. It's a great time to buy. It happens 1 to 3 times per year. It's very rare. It would be hard not to make a little bit of cash with that. If your thoughts are, well, why would I buy and potentially have it be a fake out rally? Well, because nobody knows if it's going to be a fake out. And if you really believe in Bitcoin, you should buy in a bull market that has these big corrections. Plain and simple. We've fallen from 73,500 down to 56. These are great opportunities to buy. It would be incredibly difficult to argue against that. This is a bull market. So that's the strategy that I want you to have. Remain level-headed, trade less, be more strategic. Money always moves from impatient hands to patient hands. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you right back here in the next video. This bull run is our road to 500,000 subscribers, but I need your help. Today, tell one person about our YouTube channel, how we spit facts, go against the herd, take no paid sponsorships of any kind. Road to 500,000, let's go.